recording this video after close of trade Monday, 29th of August 2011. Well, today was a lot better day for me. It felt kind of more normal in terms of pace of activity and volatility. Friday I found incredibly frustrating. I kept on getting knocked out at my stop, even though I was trading in the direction of the trend. I'd enter a trade and then the market would move against me, take me out at my stop, and then go in the direction of the trade. That happened twice, and it was just incredibly frustrating. So not a good day for me on Friday, but Monday was better, 6.5 points and 6 trades, and the pace was, a more leisurely pace. I must admit, I really enjoyed it, and this has probably been affected by the hurricane in New York. So today's activity, 1.6 million contracts traded. You can see this across the board in all the markets. The volumes are really light for today. Was kind of an exhaustion buying day in terms of buying versus selling. It was one of those kind of up days. We cracked on through 1200, psychologically incredibly important level. We kind of tried to break through it, then kind of came back and then had a second crack and got through and got all the way up to 1208. In terms of better X trend, we're sitting right underneath cover here, so you can see this trailing stop has come back down, and this is the kind of area where we could easily kind of push through or test up to it and kind of come back down and continue on our downtrend. And when we look at better sine waves, same kind of thing. We've got a cyclical turn in the wings sometime over the next 1, 2, maybe 3 days. Need kind of price confirmation for that to come in. But 1200 is also psychologically incredibly important level. When we kind of break up through there, a lot of people could be thinking the uptrend's back in, the volatility's done with, and we're kind of going up. Have to wait and see. There was kind of noticeable professional activity above 1200, between 1200 and 1208. Whether that was kind of buying the breakout as we kind of roar up to 1300, not sure, or was it kind of profit taking in that kind of critical area. So we'll kind of find out tomorrow. We've also got this kind of little gap kind of hanging around, so we'll see. In terms of the tip bar charts, 4500 tip bar chart, we kind of just kept on going through, motoring up from Friday's kind of breakaway trend in upward direction. This is kind of the open on Sunday evening, Monday morning, and we just kind of kept on moving up. Exhaustion buying here into this first top, kind of came into a pullback and a downtrend. Professionals, these 3 or 4 kind of professional bars, bang, 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 all in a row at this pullback level, and we kind of keep on going through. We've made all kinds of flush patterns, exhaustion buying patterns at the end of the day. At some point, after a 2-day kind of straight rally like this, we've got to have some kind of decent downtrend move. So kind of wait and see. My last trade of the day re-entered long around this at 94. Just got out at 96 for 2 points, but you could see this kind of trade setting up beautifully. Didn't have the patience to kind of sit through it, but it was probably the best entry I had of the day. And it's always the way, kind of take profits early just because I want to be done for the day and be out. Anyway, I'll tag on my day trades. Not sure how long the video is going to be. Apologies if it's kind of pretty long, but I haven't put up a video since Wednesday. And just as a side point, been working on another project that's kind of reaching a critical level. Might have an announcement about that in the next 10 days or so. Anyway, hope your trading went well today. Looking forward to Tuesday.
Gone short 95.25. And just jumping the gun a little bit here. End of trend on the 500 tip bar chart after exhaustion, buying and bearish divergence signals. And on the 1500 tip bar chart, we've also had exhaustion buying and a bearish divergence signal here. So potentially an opportunity for a little bit of change of trend. I mean, incredibly strong kind of overnight and kind of kept going, but kept going into exhaustion buying. Blue professional bars here. We're so close to 1200, I'm sure we'll try and touch it. But anyway, flush signal just came up on the 500 tip bar chart, so I'm short from 95.25. Usual stops and targets. Let's see if we get a little bit of a downdraft here. Okay, just a minute later we retested back up to 96 here, but as soon as we hit 96, blue professional bar kind of came in to signal kind of profit taking ahead. We had this long range bar down, just selling short. A lot of people kind of quickly getting short there. Coming to a little bit of support here at cyclical resistance. We've got blue fractional bar kind of popped in at 94, but certainly a lot weaker in terms of the buying pressure back up to 96. So hopefully we got this one kind of right. Just yeah, so bullish divergence just at that support level here. Hoping for it to kind of give up the ghost and go the other way. Let's see. Up to entry point. Okay, a couple of minutes later, this is where I was thinking of just jumping the gun, kind of getting into early on a short trade, hoping to kind of catch the top. But we're only up kind of taking a point of heat at the moment, and what we've come into is first of all, you can see on 1500 tip bar chart, amateurs leading this breakout, and then immediately the professionals kind of step in at 96 here. Professional blue bars here with a Rambo pattern, blue professional bars. Another exhaustion buying kind of signal on the 500 tip bar chart here, and all of a sudden, kind of dive back down to 95. So, second cyclical turn after end of trend on the 500 tip bar chart. We've had all these exhaustion buying, bearish divergence, a flush signal, and then a final kind of quite extreme bullish exhaustion buying signal, showing an extreme amount of kind of buying there. So hoping that's going to be it, and then we're going to kind of come back down. Next port of call down will be a cyclical support on the 15 or the 4500 tip bar chart, I'd have thought. So hopefully now we've kind of tested this enough, and we'll kind of head back down. Could be a flush as well on the 1500 tip bar chart here with this signal. Wait and see if that happens. Okay, a few minutes later, it did turn out to be a flush signal here on the 1500 tip bar chart. We've come into cyclical support on the 500 tip bar chart here, but this looks pretty weak at the moment. No blue professional bars kind of coming up here. So, and the amount of buying going on at this point is extremely weak, more selling than buying. So, could easily see us just fall through this support at 94 into a trend move down, which would be nice. So the target's at 91.25, which is kind of down here. So, fingers crossed that's what will happen. Well, probably stupidly I held through a data release pending home sales came out at 9 o'clock, and just prior to that you can see we came into a Rambo pattern kind of down here at 500, bounced off that. This test back down was an amateur down bar, and then we kind of went up to 96.5, and we've come all the way back down. We're kind of breaking through this support level again, so I'm happy about that, except blue professional bar just coming in then. So it was extremely weak. Another bearish divergence signal here on the 1500 tip bar chart. So still think I got the direction right, waiting for cyclical support to come in on the 15 or 45. So hopefully we'll get this little kind of break to the downside and just get a little bit of rush of selling. But so still, 1.5, 2 points in my favour. So still waiting. Makes a difference to Monday from Friday's activity. Friday was jumping around like a jack in a box, but today is a lot quieter. Must be people finding it difficult to get into the city, New York, after hurricane anyway. Still holding short. Edged out at 94 even. So that was for 1.25. Reason for getting out now, we've had 1500 tip bar chart pullback, support level kind of come in. We've had blue professional bar kind of show up here, a couple of bullish divergence signals here. The first push up was an amateur up bar, but then the second push down was an amateur down bar, kind of testing into these lows, and it looked like 93 was going to break. It didn't. So just waiting. So we've had bearish divergence coming on the 4500 tip bar chart. It's fairly weak. Just going to wait for that end of trend to signal on the 1500 tip bar chart and probably re-enter short. So just out with 1.25. Gone along 95.75, and I know I was going to go short, but we're kind of mid-cycle here on the 1500 tip bar chart, held by pullback and an uptrend here. This blue professional bar kind of came in on this dip, and we've kind of gone up and down. Now amateur down bar. Probably should have waited to the break to 96 just for confirmation there. But because we're so close to 1200, just wonder if this is going to turn around, kind of break through here and form that end of trend on the 1500 tip bar chart closer to 1200. So I'm at a down bar, kind of breaking back up again. There to 95.5. Yep, there. So it just wants to, this little retrace just wants to hold, and we'll break through here up to 97, I'd have thought, and push through to new highs. So let's see if I'm right. A minute later, here we go. Another blue professional bar kind of came in here, we spiked above it, so we're having a run for new highs here. Target's at 99.75, which is actually a logical place, just sitting under 1200. There'll be a lot of activity if we get kind of close to that. So we're coming into cyclical support, resistance up here at 500, turned away again. Yeah, let's see, we've got a little bit to run on the 1500 tip bar chart. Just thought it would just be too tempting to get up there, so here we go, having another break up to 96.5. See where this goes. A minute later, came into a little bit of profit taking, professional bar up bar here at 97. Then on this retrace, little amateur down bar, the amateur's trying to sell too early, coming back up to 97. See, we're looking for a cyclical end of trend kind of up here. No blue professional bars kind of yet, although we're certainly overbought at these levels, but just think we're going to find some kind of target at 1200, so let's see. Still holding long. There's the end of trend just gone up on the 1500 tip bar chart. Okay, the last test down. Blue professional bar kind of comes in at support, and at 97 you can see all these blue professional bars kind of getting involved. Here we go, exhaustion buying. Blue professional bars at 1500. 99.75 is a couple of points away, but at 1200 magic number. Let's see if we can get there. Just a final push up through this cyclical resistance here. Still holding long. Came out at 98 even. And I don't know, I thought it would pop a little bit easier than that. It's just really struggling to get through. Another kind of bearish divergence signal kind of come up on the 500 tip bar chart. We're pretty overextended, 1500, we've got this end of trend, all these blue professional bars kind of come in, profit taking on the 45 and so on. So maybe we're going to make it, but just lose my bottle here, just rather take my money and run. So what is that, 2.25 points, so it's not bad, 3.5, up 3.5 kind of so far. So probably rush to 1200 and I'll be sick as a dog, but anyway, so be it. Just got short 95.25. So probably could have entered a lot better than that, but let's see, checking my stops and targets. Just hoping that a little bit early here for this kind of cyclical turn. Let's see. Entry at 95.25 was really bad. Sometimes I feel as if it's going to break down straight away and want to jump on board and just need to wait for the tests. So we're back down at 95s, and blue professional bars come in. Cyclical swing is on the downswing on the 15, but it's just crossed here as well, so kind of in limbo at the moment. It wants to break, but wonder if it's just going to do a final kind of flush up, and then okay, another blue professional bar. We need to break these lows, otherwise I'll jump out. So let's just wait and see for a second. Down at 96.25 for a loss of 1. So really poor entry, and I'm just going to wait and see what it does. Just had this cyclical support kind of come in here, and just worried that it's a little bit of a wedge pattern with a Rambo pattern here, so the amateur's expecting a breakout, and in fact what we get is a rush to the upside. So let's just wait and see a second. Short 94.50, and looks like I shouldn't have jumped out last time. Kind of came to the top of these blue professional bars, but then these last couple falling through the ice here, through cyclical resistance. So hopefully we'll get a little bit of travel out of these. So just short 94.50, usual stops and target. Okay, a minute later we just tested up to 95s, but it was a blue professional up bar, and then we broke the low of that, and then coming down it was another blue professional bar. So you can see we've got a whole series here coming into cyclical support on the 4500 tip bar chart. So I don't think we've kind of switched into a whole downtrend here. All we're in is just a correction move down to this support, which should be a pullback and an uptrend, and go to an end of trend on 45. So I suppose I've not got too high expectations of this, but you know, we did break the lows of the first one, and now the second one potentially. What I wanted to do is to drop through 94 and kind of keep going. I've had exhaustion selling, but this isn't going to turn around until we see bullish divergence here, so let's drop through 94 and keep going hopefully. Starting to trouble in my favour, we're down in 93s, had pro signal exit coming on the 1500 tip bar chart. I'm just going to ignore that for the time being. Just hoping to get a little bit more cyclical support coming on the 500 tip bar chart. This is where I want to get out ideally, is when we get cyclical support cross coming on the 45, so would want to see kind of more blue professional bars at the lows, so still holding short. Out at 92.50 for 2.5. And the reason for coming out there was on the 500 tip bar chart we've just had bullish divergence kind of come in here after exhaustion selling, so we're going to get a little bit of a pop, or we usually get a little bit of a pop from there. And this to me just looks like a complex correction on the way down. You can see after we had our our morning's activity, you know, with an end of trend here, second cyclical turn up here, kind of topping out, another exhaustion pattern. It's just been a whole series of batting backwards and forwards between cyclical support and resistance, and that to me it looks like just a complex correction on the way down to this support level on the 45, which will be a pullback and an uptrend. And I just think that that'll just be another place where we'll kind of put in some more kind of upward energy. And at 92.50 I'm out with another 2. That gives me 4.5 after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades, so I'm happy with that. The last 2 weren't particularly good trades, a scratch trade and 1 losing trade, so yeah, just that's enough kind of activity for me. And what is it, 10:08 AM Chicago time, so another exhaustion kind of selling signal kind of come in here, all these amateur bars kind of down here. So I'm happy with that, just out at 92.50, so I hope you traded well today. And just a comment, today, Monday, was a lot better than Friday, just because Friday's activity was just so erratic. At least this was a quieter day, nicer day to trade, bit smoother. It's gone long 94 even, and coming back in for another bite, just because everything seems to be lining up. So 4500 tip bar chart, we're coming into cyclical support here. That'll go off in a second. Yeah, just popped to 94.75. Just checking my stops and targets. Just going to move my target to 96 even, just see if I get lucky, and a couple of minutes here. So cyclical support 4500 tip bar chart kind of coming in here. We've kind of just overshot cyclical support on 45 with exhaustion selling, but a bullish divergence pattern's kind of coming as well here. And on the 500 tip bar chart, a whole series of them. So this is this kind of complex correction on the way down, bang bang bang, and then all this amateur activity around here trying to, you know, get short. Not sure what we're doing. Not actually Rambo patterns here. We had Rambo patterns here and here. Yeah, that was a little bit of a jump to the upside there. So it was exhaustion buying, kind of getting through 94. We came back into a blue professional bar, down bar kind of here, breaking back up. Maybe this was just a sudden rush, you know, to get on board this move, and now we'll hopefully kind of yeah, it's kind of gaining energy going the other way. So really shallow, you know, selling here, all these bullish divergence kind of patterns kind of coming in here. So that's kind of going my way. And on the 15, We had end of trend, kind of this, I'm just guessing, is just an overshoot of this cyclical resistance. This resistance level's at 95 even, so just wondering, hopefully that wasn't just a bounce off support becomes resistance, we turn and go the other way. Just 'cause I think this, so there we go, pullback and an uptrend on 45's just gone off, so I think this is due for another kind of move up. And because it's been a strong up day so far, well, not terribly strong, but it's been an up day so far, we got a couple of points or a point away from 1200. Maybe this time around we'll try and have a decent run at it. But anyway, so hopefully that is jumping the creek with that blue fractional bar, kind of break above the high of it, and we'll break into an uptrend, so just long at 94 even. Okay, a few minutes later, that's more like it, we broke up to 95 now, just had this kind of retrace here back to 93s. Blue fractional bars kind of, went beyond them, but we kind of came up, so I'm just guessing that was just fractionals kind of getting in. There was one on the 45 as well, because we're breaking back up, so we just temporarily lost energy because all the buyers had bought up at this point here, and then we just kind of a slack pullback into bullish divergent cyclical support here. So just got my target at 96, just got to have a little bit more of a pop. That'll be nice, just take me out for another 2, so fingers crossed. A couple of minutes later, we're just playing around this 94.5 level here, just waiting to break, but we're caught in between 2 cycles. First one on the 1500 tip bar chart, it's a downswing, pullback and a downtrend kind of going this way. And on the higher time frame 45, we're caught in an upswing, pullback and an uptrend kind of going this way. And to know which way to go, normally the trend in the higher time frame kind of takes precedent, and so we're in an upswing, I'd have thought, but we're just kind of playing out the clock here a little bit on the downside here. And the last kind of set of pullbacks were all kind of professional bars kind of stepping in as soon as we pull back anything. So we're just itching to break above 95, so still holding long, hoping, just hoping for 96. I'm not asking a lot, I'm probably taking too much risk on a trade that's only worth a little bit, but here we go. Blue fractional up bar, that looked like jumping the creek there, so up through 95, so hopefully we'll just kind of pop up. We're just taken out at 96 even for 2. There we go, so we finally got it. So what's that, another 2, that's 6.5 and 6 trades. Very happy with that, so it was a good Monday. And let's see how far this goes. Be interested to see if it forms a nice kind of pullback, end of trend sequence at 1200 or thereabouts. But anyway, glad to be out. Hope you traded well today.